Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Natasha Denona Tropic Palette. I never ever purchase really anything from Natasha Denona because the price range is just, it's really up there. But I saw this in my Sephora, and the Sephoras around here never seem to carry Natasha Denona. I did pick up the mini Sunset palette because I wanted to test out her formula, and honestly the formula is really good. So I saw this at the mall yesterday and I was like, why not? I'm going to treat myself and pick up the Tropic palette. It comes in this like really pretty metallic blue packaging, and then you have this like sturdy plastic palette. And the color story in here is just so pretty. It's like you get so many neutral shades, and then this whole row is just like pops of color. And like you get so many mattes. So I feel like you can create such an amazing look with this if it is a good palette, which I'm hoping it is because it was so expensive. You get a ton of like matte kind of transition shades. You get like this darker brown, so you can like these two darker colors, so you can really deepen your look. And then this whole row is like you get a shimmery kind of mint green, this like shimmery emerald green, this matte blue, this shimmery navy blue, and then you get this like matte lilac purple. I will insert swatches of all of these right here so you guys can see all the shadows. So we have the shades Peach Puff, Sangria, Fake Tan, Cocoa, and Sahara. So we have Nudist, Vintage Taupe, Pastel Melon, Gusty, and Limoncello. And this is the last row, Holy Pigment. So here you have Mint Frost, Exotic, Laguna, Tiger Lily, and Xena. Basically, this cost me like $160, I think. And I always told myself that I would never spend that much on one eyeshadow palette, but here we are. You do get a massive, massive mirror. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and we will get right into the video. Okay, so now I am zoomed in. Let's just go right into the palette here. So I'm going to start by taking a fluffy brush. This is just my Sephora Pro Tapered Crease brush. And I'm just going to start by like building up a crease. So first I'm just going to take this shade here called Pastel Melon. And we're just going to put this into the crease. Alright, and now on, this is just like the crease brush from the Tarte Unicorn brushes. And I'm just going to take the shade Fake Tan here and just kind of slowly build up the crease. And I'm doing like a kind of halo eye because I never ever do those. So we're going to hope for the best. So now on the little flat packing brush from the Tarte Unicorn palette, I'm taking the shade Cocoa, which is like the dark brown in the palette. And I'm just going to pack this into the inner corner and the outer corner. Now I'm just taking that Tarte brush again and I'm just blending the brown kind of into the crease just to like soften the edges. So I'm hoping that I'm not going to make this look like real crazy, but I'm going to take this is like the Sephora Pro Airbrush Shadow Brush. It's like a kind of dense packing brush. And I'm going to take the shade Exotic, which is this like turquoise, like this teal kind of green. And I'm going to try and just pack this onto the center of the lid. Okay, so I ended up applying the shade Exotic with my fingertip because the brushes wasn't really getting as much pigment as I wanted. And then I went and added a little bit more of the shade Cocoa into the inner and outer corner. So now I'm going to take the shade down here, Mint Frost, on my finger as well. And just pack that into the very center of the eye. So that kind of added like a kind of shimmery highlight into the green. So now I'm just going to go back in with the shade Fake Tan up here and just blend the crease one more time just to make sure that green is kind of blended out softly. So I think that's all I'm going to do on the top. I just don't know what the hell I'm going to do on the bottom lash line. I guess we're just going to do like a smoky bottom lash line. I kind of want to incorporate like more of the browns. So let's go in with the little fluffy Tarte brush again. And I'm just going to take the shade Fake Tan and just buff this into the lower lash line. Let's take the shade Sangria and see how that goes. It's like this kind of pinky red. I'm just going to push this into the lash line. And then I'm going to smoke it out and put some cocoa over top so it's not as red. Okay, and then I'm going to take the shade Cocoa and just press it right into the lash line to kind of make it look like a liner, I guess. Okay, so this is kind of where I was going with the eye look. Let me just take a little bit of the blue and incorporate that on the bottom. So I'm taking the shade Mint Frost again, and this is on the Kat Von D Shade and Light brush. And I'm just going to drag it down along the lower lash line. Okay, so this is the little look I created using the Natasha Denona Tropic palette. I never do halo eyes, and I think that this looks so pretty. So let me just zoom you guys back out and give you my final thoughts on the palette. So obviously this palette is extremely expensive. So I love the packaging on this. I think that the blue really stands out in my collection. And like I said, you get a ton of like matte transition shades, which is super nice. And then the pigment on the row here, I love that this is like a shimmer. So you can like use it as a topper, and these ones are like super pigmented. Overall, is it a good palette? Yes. It's pigmented, it is really pretty, but obviously you don't need to go out and buy a $160 eyeshadow palette. If you are a fan of Natasha Denona and you want to pick up the Tropic palette, then yes, I would recommend it, but I really don't think that you need this in your collection. But I mean, it's a good palette, and I'm definitely going to be reaching for it again and trying out some of the other colors. So that's basically it, you guys. Hope you guys liked this little tutorial and review. I hope that you enjoyed me trying out like a little bit of a different look, because I always just kind of do the same look using different colors. So I wanted to try out something a little bit different. Let me know what you think down below. Also, let me know what you think about this palette and the price tag, because I mean, I don't think it's worth $160, but it's a good palette. So anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button before you leave and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.